Hey, my name's MJ, and I had the honor of being one of the leaders for an alternative spring break with Madison University. We worked with the Medici Project down in Atlanta, Georgia, and this break really transformed me as a person. And I'm going to let my team tell you the story of our entire experience.
So on day one, we started at the MLK Center, and it was it was very digital, which was really cool. And then after that, we went to the Gateway Center. And so while we were there, 4 of us got to go outside and write inspiring or hopeful messages with chalk on the sidewalk. And while we were out there, we got to speak to a lot of people who were experiencing homelessness.
So on day 2, we went to Wellspring Living, and we were able to learn a lot about human trafficking as a whole, and I was able to organize one of their closets there, and they had a lot of donated supplies. And later in the afternoon, we were able to go to Books for Africa, which is an organization that sends books to areas that don't have the resources. And so I was able to sort a huge bin of these really large books for kindergartners, and they were these huge posters.
On day 3, we got to go visit Truly Living Well, which is an urban farm in downtown Atlanta. And we just learned a lot about sustainability and taking care of the environment. So in an urban setting, it's really hard to find sustainable means of food for people. So what they do is plant tons of different agriculture, and they provide for families within the inner city of Atlanta, and it was awesome. And then later that afternoon, we went to Out of Darkness, and so basically our whole team spent 3 hours just making cards as creative as we could and just saying things like, your words are truly valid and you're precious and people appreciate you and you can get through this.
So on day 4, we went to Serenity Steps, and they've created this paper business, and in this paper business, they allow these women to take these recycled papers and make beautiful journals. And then someone in a group asked her a question about how she got started working there, and she went into an entire story of her past of being a trafficking victim and now being a survivor. And this was our first experience talking to a survivor of trafficking, and I can't even put into words how impactful it was.
On day 5, we went to MedShare. MedShare is an agency that distributes medical equipment and medical supplies to several countries around the world that are in desperate need. We spent the day boxing equipment that will be sent out to several countries in the next few months.
This week has surprisingly had a huge impact on my life.
I've learned so much on this trip.
As a faculty member, I think it's a really valuable experience.
I got to experience a lot of different agencies, and throughout that, I have been so excited to take what I've learned and bring it back to JMU.
I was able to go to a homeless shelter, and the love that they have for these men and women, it astounds me.
Getting to know them as real people, getting to know what they care about, getting to know what music they listen to.
I'm Forrest Richardson with Medici Project here in Atlanta. I'm the Urban Missions Director. I challenge you, James Madison, to be the change that you want to see.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay